Yeah, I got disconnected. My mom called. Love you, mom. But that's one of the key things about the oracle. Well, most important things about the oracle that most people wouldn't necessarily understand unless it's something that they've gone through or that they're going through, and they've processed and they've come to understand themselves. But beyond that, another thing that was very interesting or very important about the Oracle scene, the first one anyway, was the fact that it had I think it was in Latin or in Greek. It had the phrase "Know thyself," and that's important when you come to acknowledge the fact that you are a multi-dimensional being, like knowing that you've lived multiple lifetimes and that a lot of the situation that you've gotten yourself into was because of things that you've done in past lifetimes, and also you've created these situations via your own thoughts, and it's very important that you are aware of your thoughts and you know your thoughts that agree with you that you create and thoughts that you disagree with that you create, and you create those thoughts based on the energy that you put into those thoughts or the focus that you put on those thoughts. But yeah, that was a very important part of the oracle part as well. Um, Another thing was the bending of the spoon. This 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 just ties into the thing that I was saying before about how everything is connected and we're all connected. The kid in the Matrix said that the reality is that there is no spoon. And it's not the spoon that bends, it's us that bends. Because basically that's a connection of us. There is no spoon, the spoon is us. So since we can bend and we have knowledge of bending, the spoon bends because we choose the spoon to bend. It's a very, I mean, I think that's something that everybody got from the Matrix, but that's I thought that was a very interesting concept as well. But the second part that I wanted to bring up, I think it comes from the second Matrix movie where Neo is met by, I can't remember what he is in the Matrix, but you see like, yeah, I think he's like an all white, and you see all the TVs and things like that of Neo basically responding to everything that he says in his many past lifetimes. What what that was, or what that represents to me, is the TVs themselves represented Neo's mind. Those are the thoughts in Neo's mind that of his past lifetimes and the many times that he's been at this particular point in his life. Since he's been at that particular point in his life many times before, he had many responses for that. And all those responses were or make up his subconscious mind. Since all those responses make up his subconscious mind, those are projections, or as we see it on the TV, because the TV is basically projecting images out to us. But those, as I said, the many TVs on the wall represented his mind. Since the many TVs on the wall represented his mind, we seen what was on his mind, or what was in his subconscious mind from lifetimes before. I think that was a very, very important part of the movie as well. And another important part of that very scene is Neo looking or observing, being neutral almost. If I'm not mistaken, he was completely neutral in watching his many reactions from many lifetimes before, and then he made a choice to do what happened next, because I can't remember what happened chronologically next in the Matrix, but yeah, he basically made a choice based off of the observations of his subconscious mind or his past lifetimes, or the thoughts and things that have already played out in his subconscious mind, and the things that are in your subconscious mind are just a collection of everything that you've ever experienced in life or in any life, because life itself is not, it's not just one lifetime, it's many lifetimes, compacted into one, like into one vessel, because we are essentially carrying the history of ourselves in this vessel, in this body. That's why we can call ourselves multidimensional beings, and which is why it's important for us to acknowledge that we are multidimensional beings. And it's also important to know thyself. I don't know, let's see. I think that's pretty much all I want to touch on as far as that. I think that's pretty much it as far as multidimensional beings, and yeah, I think that's what I wanted to cover today. I may add on to it later, but I think that's a good start. I think that'll start a good conversation with people that, you know, basically, you know, this video reaches and that they you know, understand what I'm saying. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say was, you are Neo in the Matrix. I don't know if this came across, but you are Neo in the Matrix. So you have the ability to remain neutral, or to become neutral in every situation in life, which means you can basically decide to not allow certain events to play out. Like if you have an event that you do not desire to happen, to play out in your life, if you see that event playing out mentally, you can choose not to give that energy. And if you choose not to give that energy, then the likelihood of it playing out will lessen. Now, I've had situations in my life where certain events played out, but they weren't as strong as they were in a past lifetime that I'm aware of. Well, that I'm aware of at the time, because as I said, I myself am a multidimensional being, and we all are multidimensional beings. So there's been situations that I know of that haven't played out because I haven't given them the energy that I would have in a past lifetime, because I've gained more understanding over, you know, my different lifetimes. And I hope that people who are going through this are gaining more understanding of the fact that they don't have to put energy into certain situations of their past lifetimes, or even, well, we don't want to treat it like it's necessarily a past lifetime, because time itself repeats. You basically do the same thing over and over again at a base level, because that's just what I've come to understand so far. But again, my journey is still going. Like I'm still walking my journey, and I'm still coming to understand my journey. But you don't have to put energy into things that you do not desire to happen. And that's a very key and important thing for you to remember. Do not put energy into things that you do not want to come to fruition. That's something that I really want you to remember. And I think that's really it. I may add on more to this, but right now I'm gonna end here, and I'll just catch you in the next video.